Hello everyone. In this video, let's learn about how to work with PDFs and spreadsheets in Python. Spreadsheets is an electronic document where data is stored in rows and columns of a grid. These data can be further manipulated with some libraries. The location of the data is associated with the row it presents and the column it is present. Let's have a look at a spreadsheet to get a better understanding. This is how the spreadsheets look like. The data is present in a grid and these data is arranged in forms of rows and columns. Now, being understood what a spreadsheet looks like, let's look at some libraries to manipulate the data in this spreadsheet. The popular formats of data in spreadsheets are XLS, XLSX, and CSV. Let's have a look at how to process these XLSX data in Python. It's important to install these libraries for this video, so make sure that you install these libraries. Next, let's import the pandas library. Pandas library is one of the most used library in Python to manipulate data. It is also used to analyze data, so we import it as PD. Then we import the PyExcel library, which we will be using it to work with the Excel sheets, the spreadsheets. So with this in hand, let's access the file. The name of the file is names.xlsx. So what we do is I create a variable called file and from PE, let me access the getSheet function. So this will access a sheet from the spreadsheet. So the name of the file is name.xlsx and I'll pass the parameter as file name. With this, we can access the file. Let's have a look how this file looks like. So the data is present in a tabular form and we can see that first name, last name, gender of the person and the country they're associated with it is there. With this data, we can manipulate and get some insights out of it. Let me also print the type of this file. So when I print it, I get pyexcel.sheet.sheet, which indicates it's a sheet. In order to manipulate this data, we have to convert into a data frame of pandas library. To do so, we have to convert this file to an array of values. So further, we can use the toArray function. Let me show you how it works. So I access file and use the toArray function. And now let me print it. Here we see that there are multiple values and each record of the table is present as a list and that is encapsulated into a list. So we get a list of lists for this function. With this in hand, let's convert it into a data frame. So I'll create a new variable called df and I'll access the data frame function from the pandas library. Inside it, I'll pass this file variable. So with this, we should get a data frame. Now let's see how this data frame works. As I printed, the data is present as a data frame. We can see that we face a particular error where the header that should be present at the top is actually present as a row in the data. How do we solve it? We know that this should be present at the top. So let's see if there is any parameter that is associated in this data frame function. So what I do is I access the help function and I pass pd.dataframe inside it. Here I see columns which says index or array-like column labels to use for the resulting frame. So inside the column parameter, we should pass the location of the header. So I'll say columns is equal to df.hilog of 0. So what this hilog does is this locates a particular row from the data frame. So I'll copy this and paste it here. With this, we will get the header as our columns. But yeah, we got it. But the data is present even at the rows. In order to remove it, I take I take only the data from the first index and store it in the df variable. So in this way, we will get the correct output. Here, we get the correct output. If you want to access a particular column from this data frame, you can specify the name inside square brackets. So I say first name here. With this, we get all the first names that is present in this data frame. If you want to access only the first 5 rows of the data, you can use the .head function. In this way, you access only the first 5 rows. So I hope you understood how to work with spreadsheets in Python with PyExcel and Pandas library. Now let's work with PDFs in Python. In order to work with PDFs in Python, let's install the PyPDF2 library. This library is built to work with PDFs. It has a great use. It can be used to extract document information like the number of pages and the text present in the PDF. It can also merge documents, split documents, and crop pages out of the whole PDFs. It has additional functionalities like encryption and decryption of PDF files. First, let's install the PyPDF2 library. So I'll say pip install PyPDF2 and let's run this cell. While this is getting installed, let's have a look at the PDF that we'll be working on. I have downloaded a sample of an ebook and the title of the book is PDF Processing with Python. There are around 54 pages in this book and there are a lot of text in this book. And this book is saved as PDF. With this, let's learn how to work with PyPDF library. As the library is installed now, let's import it. So I call import and say PyPDF2 and I keep an alias name as PYD so that it will be easier for me to work with. The file that we'll be working on is reportlab-sample.pdf. So let's create a new variable called f and let's open that file. So use the open command and inside it I say the file's name. Then I pass RB here. This is because PDF is a binary file and we read the file here. Now that this file will be stored in this variable f, we can call the PDF reader function from the PyPDF2. So I create a new variable called reader and with it I call the PDF reader function. So let's call it and place the file inside it. Now let's see what's there in this reader variable. We get an output which says it's an object of PDF reader type. Now let's see how many pages are actually present in this reader file. So I call the len function which we usually use it for lists and tuples. And with readers I call the pages. We get an output 54. Do you remember that the time when we opened this PDF we saw there were 54 pages, and here we get the same value. Now let's try to access one page out of it. So I say reader.pages and I'll access the fifth page. Here we get a lot of metadata of the text that is present in this file. But we don't get the exact text that is present on that PDF page. To extract it, we can use the extract text function. First, let me create a variable called page5 and store this into it. With this, let's use the extract text function. So page underscore 5 dot extract text. With this, let's get the output. Here we see that we get the text that is present in that page. We get some links and we see the introduction to how to install PDF library with Python. So in this way, you can use the PyPDF2 library to access and work with PDFs in Python. See you again in the next video.